Are you a lifelong fan of General Hospital?
Are you a new fan who wants to know more about the history of the show?
Do you enjoy talking about the show with others?
Do you find yourself yelling at the TV?
Is your self-care an hour a day in Port Charles?
If so, we invite you to join hosts
Amanda Kimmel
and Shannon Coach at the place where all the hidden conversations take place and secrets are revealed.
Meet us at Pier 54,
a General Hospital fan podcast. Hi!
Hi!
Welcome to the Port Charles 411, recapping 2020 and sharing our hopes for 2021.
Can we just write 2021 right now?
Yeah, sure.
And tell them what we need to see?
I feel like they could have listened to our show because we did go back and listen to our
I was seriously
2019 recap and hopes for 2020, and we'll share what...
Yes, not to pat ourselves on the back, but I was impressed. We had some good ideas that they should have listened to, and they did not.
Yep. So this year, we're going to do a month-by-month quickly, just bullet points, recaps of some big things that happened. I shared on the 2019 that we were going to do a better job of keeping track of, the weddings and all that stuff, and we did! So, yay!
Good job.
Thanks. All right, so we'll start with January, and we started off with Nina and Valentine's wedding.
That feels so long ago.
Seriously, COVID, like that big gap that is just missing, it feels like pre-quarantine, pre-COVID, and after COVID are just two totally different shows.
Yes.
So we started off with Nina and Valentine's wedding, and that's when Nicholas revealed himself to everybody.
Which also feels like it's been way longer than a year.
And he was carrying an Ava who had just been pushed off the parapet by Valentine. Mm-hmm. Okay, so maybe we'll talk about that later. Or I'll just talk about it now because I brought it up. They've been bookended with the parapet, basically.
Yeah.
With the Jeromes, because Ava had been pushed off, although pre-New Year's Eve.
Right.
And then Julian just jumped off, but Ava was on it. So
yeah.
I just thought that was interesting. I'm sure that was not intentional. Laura and Lulu tore Nick a new one for staying hidden because he was hiding to plot revenge against Valentine.
It was about money. It wasn't about safety.
Yep. And then Ava and Nicholas got married, so they had their wedding instead of Nina and Valentine.
Yes.
Spencer was not very happy with Nicholas. No kidding. Taggart returned last January.
I know it's right, but I don't believe it.
Because we talked to him in February.
I know.
It happened, yeah. We learned that Dustin knows Brooklyn, and there was that the three places shootout at the pier, a bar in Brooklyn, and at the warehouse, all targeting sunny places. And Brando arrived.
That was good. That was a good scene when Brando arrived, saving Carly. So in February, Cyrus debuts, which also feels like he's been a bad guy for longer than a year.
Yes.
Emma visited Anna. Nell moved into the Quartermain boathouse, which was just so bizarre.
And that was before Michael knew that Wiley was his. So why did she move in there?
Oh, because she had the ELQ shares.
Yes.
Because of Shiloh. Spinelli announced he, Ellie, and Georgie were moving back to Port Charles, which is still stupid because we have not seen Georgie but once, which I understand COVID, and we haven't seen Ellie at all, and we complained about this before. Either recast her or stop talking about her. Lucas told Michael that Wiley was Jonah. Taggart is Trina's dad, which goes back to stuff that we had talked about in our hopes for the new year. Mm-hmm. TJ proposed. Cam and Trina kidnapped on the way to the midwinter formal, which also felt like that was a while ago that happened. Willow learned Wiley is not her baby and her baby passed away. Who told her that?
Chase.
Was it Chase?
It was in the hospital room. That's when she broke down.
Okay.
And remember, he was holding her, and then she was crying so bad.
It's not shocking to me that you remember Willow and Chase moments better than I do. But when I re-listened to our recap and said, oh, how's that going to unfold? I was like, I don't remember how that unfolded.
So then in March, Taggart died, which I was not okay with. Portia arrived, and we learned that she is Trina's mom. Brad pled guilty to all the charges for, the kidnapping and deceit and all that stuff.
Which was unfair because he had accomplices.
Yep. And he went to jail, but he didn't out Julian.
Yes.
Diane suggests that Michael needs to be married to win custody of Wiley. Alexis and Neil finally slept together. Brando took the job at the body shop. Dustin tutored Joss.
Thank God they didn't finish that storyline.
No. Oh, we have an entire list of storylines they did not finish that just died. So we'll get to that. Trina and Cam kiss. Maxie quit Crimson. Valentine invested in deception. And I just wrote a bunch of stuff with Sam's parole that dragged out for way too long.
Oh my God, that was the worst.
And Alexis had her first drink after a fight with Sam. But then she called Julian before she continued. And Julian took her to a meeting, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think so.
I think so, too. Nina hired Nell And Wiley had trouble breathing, and Monica learned that his heart valve had not closed the entire way. And that's when they chose to have
the surgery without Nell's consent.
Right.
This is a nice little refresher because it doesn't feel like this was all year.
I know.
In April, Jordan made the announcement that Taggart did a lot of illegal stuff, so Cyrus was wrongfully imprisoned, which was such crap.
Well, and that's the thing I forgot. Cyrus was in jail up until that point, so that's when we met him, was he was in jail.
Yes. Alexis went to a meeting and told Finn she relapsed. Julian flipped on Neil, saying he seduced Alexis, causing her to drink, which was also a ridiculous story. Molly met Brando at the shop, and they slept together, which we just talked about because it wrapped it all together in the weekly recap. TJ dumped outside of GH. Molly accepted TJ's solution of domestic partnership instead of marriage.
Hold it. I think I forgot to mention that TJ was kidnapped.
Oh, kidnapped
first,
right?
Before he was
why
dumped
got
out.
Yep.
Sorry.
Carly and Nell fight about the past. What Nell blames Carly for, learns about Nell's necklace. That was a good scene.
That was, because Carly was like, I understand why you're blaming me, but I could not have saved you.
Exactly.
And then that's when we learned that Nell had actually met Carly before.
Yes.
So, and that's when Joss, or Eden McCoy, played a young Carly, too.
Right.
So that was nice. But we see Nell looking up to Carly, and Carly fighting with Frank, and all that stuff. That was good.
Robert told Liesel he believed Peter set her up. Peter caused a distraction for Robert, a.k.a. Holly died, which they didn't develop that anymore, which is dumb. Violet's awesome birthday party. You just liked it because it was purple. Charlotte.
That was an awesome birthday party. Remember they had like balloons and clowns and all that
animals
stuff?
And bouncy houses.
There was a ton of stuff.
It was ridiculous. And Charlotte put the snake in Ava's bag. Chase and Sasha started the dumbest plan in the world. I like the way that you worded that. And Valentine asked Laura to help take care of Charlotte because he was going to leave. He was no good for her. And that was a really good moment of Laura because I would have been tempted to be like, okay, bye, see ya.
Right. And she was like, no, you love that girl.
You need to
You just need to
stop being dumb.
Yeah. Well, and then Charlotte overheard, too.
Yes.
And so that's kind of how it all
wrapped itself up.
Yep. In May, Alexis was disbarred. Spencer wrote Nicholas a letter offering a second chance, and that's when he said, you have to divorce Ava if you want me.
Mm-hmm.
Brooklyn punched Sasha in the nose, and Chase had to arrest her when she tore up the citation. Michael and Willow married. Sasha accepted drugs at a photo shoot. Does not feel like that happened in May.
No.
But the reason why it doesn't feel like is because
we were gone for those couple of weeks.
Yeah. Mike's health continued to decline, and that's when Sonny was really torn with, do I put him in Turning Wood?
Right.
Do we get the trial?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Robert reaches out for help from Luke, thinking Holly is really not dead. And Maxie checked her calendar. Was the last thing we saw.
Because that was so dramatic.
Before COVID hiatus from May 21st through August 3rd.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, they ended it was a Friday cliffhanger, but it lasted more than a Friday.
And I'll just share real quick. We had repeats of the Nurses' Ball, Carly and Sonny, Sam and Jason, and Sonny and his kids is what we watched. And what we watched was the first season of Night Shift.
Yes.
So you can go back and listen to those episodes if you didn't get a chance to.
We need to do the second season just because I want to
do.
know. And Jagger's in it, so there's really no reason not to watch it.
True.
So good.
Very true.
In August, Wiley's custody hearing resumes. Michael and Willow win sole custody. Finally wrapped that up. We see Dante at the WSB facility. Jason lost control of his bike. Cyrus became chairman of the board of GH, which is stupid.
And I should have elaborated that Jason lost control of his bike after.
Because Cyrus had it tampered with.
Yep.
Valentine became CEO of ELQ.
That was slick.
Ned tossed out Brooklyn. Mike was transferred to Turning Woods. The Nurses' Ball was the telethon, which I thought was so awesome, instead of the regular show.
That was really
And
good.
Maxie announced her pregnancy by accident to the entire audience. They love to do that.
Oh, yeah.
Ball. Like, how many good things have we found out by accidentally the mic wasn't turned off? Taggart's alive. Jason found him at the pier shot and got Epiphany to help. That also doesn't feel like that was that long ago. Like, I know he was gone for a while, but then, I don't know.
Yeah.
To me, Epiphany was helping the first time that he died.
He did. Or she did. But that's
but
why Jason got her.
Again. Yes.
Because she's the only one who knew.
To me, it was like one time in my head.
Okay.
Robert found a way for Olivia to visit Dante, and I thought they were going to have an affair, but instead they did something stupid and had Ned have one. Nell blackmails Julian to help her kidnap Wiley. Brooklyn overhears Nell when confronted. Nell slashes her throat. And Michael found Wiley and Nell went over the cliff. I feel like that should have been worded like Nell went splat or something.
No. We don't know that she went splat.
Whatever the sound is you make whenever you hit water.
She did the goofy. There's a name for that. Oh, I forget what that name is. There's a name for that cartoon sound. Yeah.
Okay, that's what we need.
Yep. So in September, Neil and Alexis got back together, and then Neil died. Like, in the same 24-hour period.
In her bed. Ew.
Jason moved home with Sam and the kids, which I felt like happened a long time ago, but it didn't. It only happened in September. Jason planted a camera at the garage and caught Brando getting beat up. Sonny took Mike to the racetrack, and that was sweet. Bobby and Monica were fired from the hospital. Oh, I forgot to say...
We said,
you said Cyrus became chairman of the board. Okay. Bobby and Monica were fired from the hospital. Liz and Epiphany were demoted, and Franco was laid off due to budget cuts. Michael asked Willow to adopt Wiley. Robert got a call from Holly at her memorial. Robert and Olivia went to Monte Carlo, and they ran into Ethan.
That was so much fun.
That was great. Jax is able to find the jeweler who worked on the necklace for Nina, and we learn that Phyllis Caulfield was the nurse that was present when her child was born.
Such a boring storyline.
Ay. Liz and Franco set up Ava and Nicholas for blackmail because they had both learned about the conditions of the
prenup,
post-nup.
Yep.
So they blackmailed both of them. Portia tells Alexis that she has osteoporosis. Chase invited Brooklyn to move in while she got back on her feet. They did a lot when they came back. They did a good job of like, hey, let's cram all this stuff into like 2 months.
Yes.
Ava and Nicholas finally slept together. Avery finds Nell's necklace. Nell was found on the PA side of the river. Mike passed away and Courtney was there for him.
That was so sweet.
Ned and Alexis share drinks at the Floating Rib and go home together.
Which was the dumb affair.
I can't believe that was September. That feels like it was...
Not that long ago.
Yeah. Julian attacked Martin and Cyrus gave him an alibi, therefore giving Julian...
Which is
owed him one.
More messed up now that we know that they're brothers.
I know. Cam and Joss kissed, and Ryan reached out to Ava, which freaked her out.
So over Ryan. So October was Mike's funeral, which was sad.
It was. I'm not going to cry.
All right, good. I wanted to pause in case you needed to.
No, I'm good.
Dustin and Lulu move in together, which I feel like was rushed. Jackie Templeton came back to PC and is Chase's mom, which is a good storyline. Valentine and Anna team up to get Alex out of hiding. I'm over Alex, too, so I'm glad she's dead. Ryan threatened to out Julian if Ava doesn't divorce Nicholas. Brooklyn lip-syncs a song using Amy's voice for deception. Brando infiltrates Cyrus's organization. Dante came home. Dev shared a portion of Joss's journal with Cam, which I'm still mad at him about, even though he's gone. Nina took care of Nell's funeral. Sam offered Michael a job at Aurora Media. Michael and Willow agree to get an annulment. Epiphany and Milo break up. Poor Epiphany.
That was horrible and dumb and unnecessary.
But I liked that they actually made her sad. It wasn't just like, oh yeah, we broke up months ago. They showed that emotion.
Yeah.
That was cute. Franco's tumor is back. We find out Jackie and Finn had a one-night stand before her wedding to Finn's dad. Ew. Alex kidnapped Anna. Sasha gets to know Cyrus, which is a horrible idea. And Brooklyn and Valentine slept together. Ugh.
That was fun. Come on.
No, because I feel like the repercussions of that aren't going to be good. But go ahead.
But we'll see. So then in November, there was an Election Day special, and it was actually on Joss's 18th birthday. And, okay, even though she's been aged up, it is her actual date of birth.
Oh,
so
that's good.
Yeah. We talked about that.
Did we?
Yep.
I knew that we talked about it being 18. I didn't know that the date.
It was, like, she was born in November. They just aged her.
Perfect.
And they shared the history of women voting, and it was celebrating the 19th Amendment passed 100 years ago. Yay! Julian cuts a deal with Cyrus to take care of Ryan, and Ryan winds up with a knife in his back. Franco asks Jason to kill him if his homicidal tendencies come back because of the tumor. Valentine and Anna escaped from the Instapot bomb.
I love that wording.
Sam told Alexis that she couldn't let the kids be around her if she continued to drink. Alex shot Finn. Alex kidnapped Maxie. Anna and Alex have a shootout on the Haunted Star, and Alex falls into the water, presumed dead. Whew. Laura runs into Jordan and Curtis and discovers that she may have a past connection to Cyrus. Brooklyn left town, possibly pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
Franco told Liz about the tumor. Sasha had a heart attack from the drugs. The truth came out about the Chase Sasha lie. Brad was rushed to the hospital, having been attacked by one of Cyrus's men in prison. Sam tries to have an intervention for Alexis. Cyrus demands that Julian help kill Jason and delivers a package that winds up being a bomb. The floating rib is blown up. Dev and Dustin die. Lulu wound up in a coma. And Laura told Sonny about the murder of David Hamilton and that Cyrus is interested in it.
Dun, dun, dun. December, Tracy came back to Port Charles and works to save Ned's marriage that she should stay out of. Lulu transferred to the long-term facility. Ava tried to offer Julian an easy out, but he jumped off the parapet, which you had mentioned, went back and forth from the beginning of the year to the end of the year. We hang out on the parapet too much.
And the Julians just jump off. Or the Jeromes just jump off.
Right. Ava and Nicholas decide to make their marriage real. Sam asks Jason to move out, which is even more absurd now that we sit here and think about the timeline.
He only just moved in 3 months ago.
And the whole parole officer thing, they had to have that all changed so they could be together, and now you don't even want them, so what the heck. Julian goes to see Kim. Turns out she has a baby. Martin Gray and Cyrus Renal reveal to be brothers and then half-brothers to Laura. Franco went to Switzerland to visit a doctor for his tumor, finds Liesel, and Dr. Kirk is dead, which is also referred to lovingly as Dr. Clicky Pen. I'm like, Dr. Kirk? Oh yeah, I know who that is. Valentine has concerns about Dante's recovery and asks Anna for help. Maxie suggests a double wedding, which is dumb. Julian fled, was shot once again in the alley and then again at the bus station. He was also haunted by Duke, Kate, and Alexis. Died when the footbridge collapsed and he fell into the water, and Sonny is still missing. Alexis was arrested for a DWI thanks to Tracy staging it, and then Molly bailed her out. Maxie and Peter are having a girl, and Martin and Cyrus visit their mom Florence in the long-term care facility, and Laura finds out that she is their sister.
I don't feel like anything of substantial happened in that last week. Okay, cool. So then we broke down weddings, engagements, divorces, etc. So for weddings, we found out that Nell had married Shiloh at his memorial.
Yes.
So although we did not see the wedding, we find out she's married. Then Michael and Willow got married. Mm-hmm. Then Nell and Julian got married. Mm-hmm. Valentine and Nita didn't happen, as we discussed. But Ava and Nicholas did.
Wow. Engagement. TJ proposes to Molly, and they decide on a domestic partnership. I want to know if she wears the ring now that we said that.
I don't know.
Peter and Maxie are engaged, and Dustin proposed to Lulu right before he died. That was a really pretty ring, though.
That was. And then divorces, Brad and Lucas got divorced, and Michael and Willow, annulment ? Because they discussed it, they got the papers drawn up.
They never signed the papers.
They never signed them, but it's just in there.
That's going to have to count.
There's a reason why it's a question mark.
It's going to have to count for 2021 because it didn't go through.
Okay.
Cheating/affairs, Molly with Brando, Chase and Sasha pretending, and we find out that Finn and Jackie slept together before her marrying Gregory.
Babies, is Brooklyn pregnant? I mean, we're pretty sure she is. And then it's revealed that Kim Nero had a baby off screen.
Yes, that we know is going to be Franco's, even though they didn't tell us that. Parent reveals Valentine is Helena's son. What the heck? I can't read today. Valentine is Helena's son, not Mikos's. Portia and Tagger are Trina's parents, and Michael is Wiley's parent, and Alex is Peter's mom.
Although now I feel like that's coming back into question.
Yeah.
And then new, quote, relationships, because Jax and Nina are in a relationship. They're the only new relationship this year.
Yeah?
And Britt and Julian hooked up. Although I guess you could say Michael and Willow are kind of relationship, but they're not. We don't know what's going on there. It's a very, very, very gray area.
They're married.
But Britt and Julian hooked up.
Breakups, Chase and Willow, which then causes Sasha and Michael, Epiphany and Milo, and then Jason and Sam. Jason and Sam just need to be done.
And then died/funerals. Shiloh's memorial was in January. Taggart, quote, died March 1st. Holly...
Are you going to have that in there 6 times? Taggart died. Taggart died again.
No, he only died once.
Oh, he came back several times. Go ahead.
Yeah, but we know he only came back. He never died again.
Okay.
Holly had a funeral, but then we saw her in a locked room.
Yep.
But there was a funeral. Nell fell off a cliff, and Nina took care of the burial arrangements. Neil, and he had a funeral.
Mm-hmm.
Mike, and he had a funeral.
Mm-hmm.
Dev had no funeral.
Right.
And neither did Dustin.
Right.
And Dr. Kirk is probably not going to have a funeral, but we don't really need one for him.
Maybe they're doing a memorial in Switzerland, and we just don't know.
Yeah, okay.
We'll go with that.
He's not a significant character. It's okay if we don't. We also did not have funerals for all the people that Jason killed.
That's very true.
So we'll put Dr. Kirk in that bubble.
Perfect. Back from the dead is Brando, because Gladdy told everyone that he was dead. Holly, that we know isn't going to be dead, and then Taggart.
I don't think we're missing anyone there.
Huh.
So tampered lab results. None!
That's crazy.
There were
That's
no...
because Brad was in jail.
That's true. And accurate lab results were Nina verifying the DNA tests were her and her mom. Valentine is not a Cassadine and is Alex Peter's mom, although I guess that wasn't really... Well, I didn't say DNA test. I said lab results.
Right.
So the lab result actually was that Alex has fibromyalgia. Or no, they didn't even find out for sure if Alex
they just said
carries it.
That Anna knows she doesn't have it, and then what's his name?
So I take back. What if Liesl is Peter's mom? And what if Liesl has the gene for fibromyalgia?
Okay.
And that's why Britt has it.
That would make sense.
Okay. I don't know why I didn't think about that one.
I didn't think about that one either. So there you go. I love how excited you get, though. Shootings. In January, during preemption delay, a week shootout on the pier with Michael, Joss, and Laura. Oh, I forgot that Laura was part of that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. The bar with Sonny and Mike, and the warehouse with Gladdy and Carly.
Gladys.
Yeah.
You keep saying Gladdy.
Didn't they call her Gladdy?
Her name's Gladys.
But didn't someone call her Gladdy?
I don't think so.
I think so, which is why it sticks in my head.
All right.
Shot Laura by the bad guy at the bar. What?
At the pier.
Oh, at the pier, and then Jason at the bar. Your sentence there's killing me.
Well, you can... I
got
only
it.
do bullet points. You can
I know.
You can create the sentence.
I'm thinking it. I'm like, wait,
I'm giving you
going.
little triggers for
I got
you
you
to tell the story.
But I'm not. You're not.
Okay, so
triggering
Laura
me back
was
to January. I wasn't.
Laura was
triggered.
shot by the bad guy who was going for Michael,
and that was whenever Brando saved him.
No, Brando saved Carly at the warehouse. Someone was shooting at Michael on the pier, and Laura was shot instead.
Oh, I'm
because she
mixing
was
up
behind the barrel.
I'm mixing up Laura and
then
Carly in my head.
The bad guy was shot by Jason at the bar.
At the bar. Got it. I'm sorry. I was mixing up where Laura was and where
there
Carly
were three
was.
shootouts going on simultaneously. It's a little...
Nope, that's where my mistake is. Because I'm like, what? No, Carly... Got it.
Yes.
Brando at the warehouse shootout that now we just discussed at length. Finn shot by Alex, and the warehouse guy was shot.
And Jason shot in the direction of Cyrus last week, but didn't shoot him, as we learned, because Carly was there. Right.
Yeah, he went off on her for that.
He did. Oh, and then...
Oh, sorry.
No, it's okay. I didn't give you the second page. Taggart and Curtis shooting at Cyrus's guy who kidnapped Cam and Trina.
Mm-hmm.
Taggart was shot by Julian. Brooklyn, her neck was slashed by Nell. That should have been put under my other violence. Oh, it is. Okay. And Julian was shot multiple times. And then we made a special section for how many people did Jason shoot and kill. Shoot/kill. So the bad guy at the bar with Mike and Sonny, shot and killed. Bad guy that almost shot Cam when he was arrested. He also shot a bad guy, the guy who said Cyrus Renault at warehouse. I don't know what that means. Jason blew up the warehouse of Cyrus Renault, and Jason shot the guy when Sonny confronted Julian.
Yes. That was a good blow-up scene.
And I guess he also shot those guys in the bus station, and I forgot to put those on there, and killed.
Right.
Okay.
Yes, they were definitely dead.
So, I mean, Jason had 2 months off because of COVID.
Right.
So, body count's not that high.
His resume's a little light in that killing department, thanks to COVID. Other violence. Nell and Willow fought. That was a good girl fight scene.
That was a very good fight scene.
Good girl fight scene. Trina and Cam were kidnapped. TJ was kidnapped. There was a lot of kidnappings. Brooklyn and Lulu fight in the Metro Court. Brooklyn and Lulu fought like so many times this year.
Mm-hmm. That was the big one, though.
Brooklyn wound up punching Sasha in the nose. That was an accident. Poor Brooklyn.
But it still happened.
I know, but I feel like that's not the same as...
Didn't she also break the bottle over Chase's head? Oops, I forgot to put that there.
She did. Nell slashed Brooklyn's throat, and the floating rib blew up.
Dumb. For arrests, Lulu, Dustin, Brooklyn, and producer guy were all arrested. And Valentine was arrested after his non-wedding for, like, tampering with...
He was going to kidnap Charlotte.
Is that why he got arrested? I thought he got arrested because something to do with Nicholas. Like, for shooting Nicholas. Oh, well, he got arrested for something.
Oh, see, I thought it had to do with Charlotte, because he was trying to take her. Remember, he was going to run away with her? I thought that's why they... But maybe they went together.
Okay, maybe I need to do
it
better.
It all, happened around the same time. Either way, he was getting arrested.
Yeah. Nell and Brad were both arrested due to the Wiley stuff. Liesl was arrested for the death of Drew Kane, who also still has never had a memorial. And attempted murder of Franco and Andre Maddox. Brooklyn was arrested, I believe, 4 times.
I thought it was 3, but maybe 4.
And Alexis with her DWI.
Which is so unfair. Not that you don't get arrested for DWIs, but you know what I mean. Not fair. Health issues. Wiley had the breathing issue that caused Michael to choose the emergency elective surgery, which was like the heart issue. He wasn't breathing right, and so they had the heart issue. They found the heart issue. Sasha had the heart attack because of her drug overdose. Franco's tumor is back, and Ava accidentally stabbed Nicholas, but it wasn't that bad because they turned around and hooked up right after, so...
I mean... You know, you kiss a boo-boo to make it go away. I guess that's what you do for a stabbing.
Okay.
And then I'm just going to combine Recast and Sorast. Georgie, we think she was Sorast, and we're not sure if she was Recast, although we
would assume so.
Right. So if she was aged up, then she was Recast. Spencer was not Recast, and everyone thought that that was going to happen, so I threw that in there. We had temporary recast of Sam and Brooklyn. Jackie Templeton has been recast. Lucas, and Dr. Clicky Pin, a.k.a. Dr. Kirk.
Left the show. Kimberly Mccalla retired from acting. I don't think
she said on Instagram that she retired from acting.
I know, but we discussed this whenever we talked about the whole Stone storyline. I feel like she would still come back for something. Emma Rylan.
Well, Michael Sutton agreed with us.
Yes.
So,
right, because
Stone knows.
Her home. Stone knows. There's a heading for something. Stone knows. Emma Rylan, William DeRye, and Ryan Carnes.
Ryan Carnes.
Okay.
And we still don't know why. And then came back to the show, Taggart, Georgie, Britt, Brad, Dante, and Jackie Templeton.
There's a good switch-ups there for some of them. New characters were Brando and Cyrus.
And that's all that we had.
Really?
I think so.
No, Portia would have been new, right?
Oh gosh, I'm so sorry. Yes, Portia too.
You don't have to apologize. I'm just trying to think who we just talked about who showed up. I think that would have been all.
Yeah.
Portia, in addition to them.
Now I'm worried that I missed somebody, but I think that might be it.
I don't think any main new characters.
Okay. No.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Because Dev was already here last year, right?
Yes.
Yeah, because that was how we linked Brando in. So yeah, you're good.
Okay. Whew. Okay. And then stories that went nowhere. Joss having a crush on Dustin.
Thank God.
Thank you for not doing anything with that. Charlotte cutting up the pictures of Sasha.
Yeah.
That went nowhere. Willow's mom, Harmony, working for Cyrus.
Yeah, that really did go nowhere.
Remember how she was all concerned, telling Jason, my mom's buying all this stuff now, where's she getting the money? And then...
Oh, that's weird, because that should have continued going on.
Yep. Francophenia, the anniversary never happened. And I think that was because of COVID.
Yeah.
So, because that's when it would have happened.
Those are the episodes they should have replayed, even though it would be confusing that it's a different actor. Oh my God, that would have been so good.
That would have been very good. Neil's real cause of death, especially since it was a drug overdose, and we think that it ties in. So I have a feeling that could be answered this year, but it's almost just like Neil died, and then that's it.
They left it with, like, that whole drugs in foot cream, whatever thing. And
right.
That was the explanation, but it wasn't.
Right. Dustin's passed.
Yeah.
And Dev's passed.
I don't feel like we're ever going to get those no matter what.
We still need Dustin to be Cyrus and Faith Roscoe's son. And Dev needs to be Jagger and Brenda's.
Yeah.
We need those confirmed.
Cyrus wasn't upset enough for that to be his son.
That's true. Shoot.
I feel like he'd know by now. And he wasn't upset enough. So that's not
I hadn't really thought of that.
Yeah.
Ugh.
So they didn't listen to us.
Can he still be Faith's son?
He could.
Faith,
that would be good. That could be what makes Faith mad and have her
come back and take out Cyrus.
Yeah.
Ooh. Maybe it's Martin's son, but he doesn't know. No.
Oh, there you go.
No, because Martin very obviously sticks away from the mob. Like,
But maybe that's why. Maybe he had a slight entanglement and then got burned, and so he was like, now I need to be on the straight and narrow. It doesn't sound like it, but I really would like it to be.
So then we asked on social media, but for whatever reason, only Instagram responded this year. Last year, we had a nice mix from all three, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. But this year, just Instagram. That's okay. And we asked again, what was the best story, the most memorable moment of 2020, and what your hopes are for 2021. LSMRNJ. Best was the Alzheimer's storyline. Max and Mo were fantastic. I know it wasn't in 2020, but when Sonny rescued his dad on stage at the nurse's ball was special.
Aw.
That was
very special.
That was 2019, though, wasn't it?
Yes, because she had said,
Yeah.
Chris M. Brennan, Michael finally getting Wiley.
Whoop, whoop.
And for 2021, that Michael and Willow stay together.
Yep.
Shannon will comment on that one because she doesn't agree.
And then Aaron McCabe said the return of Dante wants Jason and Sam back together, and Lulu wakes up being played by Julie Berman, which we have discussed at length is the only acceptable recast.
Yes. But I disagree.
Or we could bring back Emmy.
I disagree with Sam and Jason getting back together, though. I'm over them.
They did a bad job getting them back together.
Yes. Rebecca SCHO Field 20. Schofield?
Sure.
The family connection of Jason, Danny, Scout, Michael, Jocelyn, Carly, Sunny. Yeah, that's good, whatever. And then she said the scenes between Danny and Jason are what stand out to her the most.
And then Car 463, Michael finding out that Wiley is his son, and Sunshine Jan stop the Sam storyline and get Alexis back to the Alexis that we know.
Thank you! Because I'm over her. It's not even that I'm over her drinking. It's just like we said, they need to have...
I think they're doing a better job of it now going into all the different areas, because you had talked about that, where, yeah, but we only see her at home drinking.
Yes.
They're doing better at, now she's out and about, and she's out there.
Cammy_I, anything with liaison for next year, Jason finally starts to see that his sons are more important. I feel like we talked about that last year, too, of family connections are what everyone wanted to see.
Yep. And then Tap 1612, Mike and Sonny's relationship.
You guys are going to make Shannon cry.
I'm good.
Kirby Curbs Love, Mike's storyline with Alzheimer's and Dante's returning. Yes.
Yes. Gin Martini. Love the name. Favorite moment, Tony Jones coming back to give Lucas advice. That was 2019, though, wasn't it?
Yes, because
Okay.
we had talked about how we wanted him to show up
Yes.
during the coma, and then they didn't do that, which, again, they should have listened to us.
Yep. Saddest moment, Dante finally returning only to have Lulu in a coma.
Mm-hmm.
Predictions, Peter's true colors are finally revealed. We also hope that for this year, or last year. And Britt and Obrecht team up to solve a mysterious illness, because that would just be fun.
That would be fun.
Just let's not have it be COVID.
No, do not bring anything COVID into it. Rocky 11, the nurses' ball cliffhanger. What if they had killed Brooklyn? Prediction for next year would be Chase is going to be Finn's son and not his brother, which we don't want to happen. The double wedding will result in one not happening or both not happening, and Peter's crimes will be revealed. Will they find Sonny? Hopefully. They have to find Sonny.
I think so. Says Deanna, favorite, Dante coming back. Saddest, Willow finding out that her son died. And prediction, Chase finds out that he is Finn's son.
No,
Why are we doing this?
No.
None of us asked for that.
Right. I mean, I agree that everyone's right, but no one wants to see that happen. They should twist it and make that not happen now, since that's what everyone expects.
Yes,
And it would be so much better. Durso621, bringing the old cast together for a storyline. Stop with the new characters. They're all perfect now, so let's get some action like when Luke was around. I think they're trying. Like with
I think so, too.
Jackie Templeton and Laura being more a part of it.
Yep. Paula Sanders, 54321. The day GH came back from a couple months that it wasn't on.
Aw.
It was brutal.
That was definitely the worst of 2020. And Monda Claiborne, my favorite part was the birth of my first grandchild. I also loved going to Graceland's General Hospital fan celebration. I had so much fun meeting everyone. Well, she must have gone.
That was in January.
Oh, I was going to say before COVID, because we had fun plans this year too and didn't get to do anything.
And congratulations on the birth of your first grandchild.
Yes.
That's awesome.
And 2020 needed good news like that, so
Yes.
your family got some good stuff going on.
Then Sunny and Brendaland, Trina finding out that Taggart faked his death. And Melissa0610, I loved the return of Dante and the faces of Carly made during the custody hearing for Wiley. And that was the best. And my hope for 2021 is that they bring back Emmy Rylan as Lulu. So then, like Amanda said earlier, we re-listened to last year's recap and our predictions, and there was quite a bit that we were right about.
We just talked about the memorial. Still no memorial or anything for Drew. Does Scout even know that he's gone? I don't think so. I think they
I don't think we've seen Scout this year.
threw Jason in as her dad. Because whenever they refer to the kids, it's both of them. And I think that's how they're going to try to portray it to Scout, which she was old enough, she's going to remember.
Yeah.
That's not her dad.
You're not my dad.
Exactly. There was another guy around here. Where is he? And then the number one hope for 2020 was that Michael would learn about Wiley, which
Thank
God. They
happened.
dragged that out so long.
Seriously. And then the thing that I'm the most proud of is I said I hoped that Michael would tell Chase. And then Chase would have to tell Willow. And I don't remember if Michael told Chase, but I know that Chase told Willow. I forget how all that played out, but regardless, Chase told Willow.
Chase was the one that told Willow.
And they were really such good scenes.
It was sad. I just remember being sad.
I'm not like, woohoo, that was great.
I know. But I just remember, even last year, I was like, I know the scenes have to happen.
It was just as horrific as scenes we thought that it was going to be.
Exactly.
Caitlin McCalla did an amazing job, and so did Josh Swickard, because the way that he portrayed, like, he had to be strong, but then his heart was breaking too.
Right.
It was just so good.
Yes.
Okay.
What is that? The name
That's
of
the person's
someone?
name.
Okay. I have no idea what it stands for. So, ISMRNJ said that karaoke should come back to the floating rib, and it did. I don't know if it came for Valentine's Day, though, because that was my suggestion then, was yes, they should
When
bring
was
it
Drag
back.
Queen Bingo? Wasn't that
Oh, was that Valentine's Day?
I think so.
For Neil and Alexis?
Yeah.
Oh, well then see, they did listen to us. I'm sure.
But that wasn't karaoke, was it? That was Drag Queen Bingo.
Oh,
but they at least brought back.
It?
But they at least brought back karaoke for Brooklyn to be able to
not sing,
but
yeah,
it was still there. And then a lot of people had asked that Cam and Trina become a couple, and they kind of almost did. They kissed at least. So, and they've been toying around
They still can't decide who they're putting Cam with.
No, but it's at least made a little bit of progress, and there was a slight spark.
Yes. And then Rose Kelly PC on Twitter said that they should bring back past characters to be Trina's parents. And although it wasn't the Phillips, it was Taggart, which we were very happy with.
Totally out of nowhere.
Yeah.
We definitely thought she was going to be a Ward.
Yes.
And sticking to that, we both said that we wanted the Trina story to unfold, because we talked about that all the time. We were begging for Trina to get a family and to just know more about her. And we got her a family in the spring. And Trina had mentioned that she had taken a DNA test and had family in Port Charles. So in my opinion, that means that Curtis is definitely her dad, because Aunt Stella took the DNA test and is Curtis's aunt. So therefore, she would show up as a positive match, having taken the test, to Trina.
And that would make sense of why they didn't want to have that relationship. Because remember, Stella found the connection in Port Charles, and they didn't want anything to do with continuing.
So do you think that that's Portia?
Yeah.
Well, no, it can't be Portia, because
Portia
wouldn't
got
be
the
related.
results because
Trina's 18.
Mom. She wasn't last year.
I don't know when Trina turned 18.
Well, that's what we need to find out.
That's the thing.
We need a birthday for her. Extra Cat says a great Frizz story where they worked together to face a problem, which was the financial stuff and the blackmail. So that was great.
Yeah. I think that we did a really good job of guessing this year. I mean, there was a ton of stuff that I wish had happened.
I was happy that none of the baby stuff happened.
Everyone wanted babies.
Sam or
Franco and
Liz to have a baby. And I'm glad that neither one of them had babies, because I don't think that
they don't need more kids.
No, I don't really even think that Maxie needs another kid. I know they're trying to do it because of the whole Peter storyline, but I just don't like it. So, and we had said last year the most ridiculous arrest, it has to be Brooklyn with her stuff with Chase.
She has the
winner.
most.
She gets the award. Here's the trophy for craziest.
And the most.
Yes.
She got arrested more than Jason.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
That is.
I mean,
I don't know that that's a record that you want, but good job, Brooklyn. So I think that's all that I had.
So what about you? What was your favorite part?
My favorite part of 2020? Oh, I also mentioned that we had said about Sonny being a different kind of mobster and how he wouldn't have the strip club because he has the kids. And that was kind of basically what he said with the whole Karen storyline, which made me happy that we were like, yes, we know Sonny just as well as Sonny knows Sonny. I don't know. I don't know what my favorite storyline of 2020 is. I like that they're developing the older characters, like we said, because I really think that brings a good history and makes you want to stick with the show longer. They were kind of just put in a hard spot because of COVID.
Right. And that's the thing, we talked about Lila's kids on last year's recap.
Right.
There's no way they could have done it this year.
No. No. I think my favorite is probably what a good idea they had with the nurses' ball. Yeah. Instead of just canceling it, doing the whole telethon, I really liked that we still got to see all of the different acts and talents and stuff. There was still the drama with Brooklyn getting her throat slashed and stuff. And that was
Maxie
really...
revealing her pregnancy.
Yeah.
Lucy did not wind up naked this year, though.
She did not. She did
or
not.
in her undies on stage.
Yeah.
There really was not the opportunity for that to happen.
True. But yeah, I liked how creative that was.
Yeah.
How about you?
That was my favorite.
I didn't mean to steal your favorite.
It's okay.
I'm sorry.
No, but the same reason, it was a creative workaround. I know that we talked about, should they bring in COVID? Should they not? I'm glad that they chose not to. I'm really glad that they chose not to. At least until we have more answers or whatever. But I'm okay if they just don't. It's not I don't need it in my soap. But I'll tell you what, I've only watched the first episode of Grey's Anatomy since it came back. And
I've stuck with it with Grey's just because I've been on that show forever. And I liked the different take of it. But I think the Grey's is different because they cover medical stuff in depth a lot.
Yeah.
In General Hospital, anything that's wrong with you, for the most part, is like, oh, here, you just need this shot.
Right.
You just need this prescription. And there is no solve-all to Corona right now.
And it's not like how we discussed with the HIV/AIDS storyline.
Right.
We just got the vaccine and people are only getting the first dose right now.
Right.
So, it's not even working yet.
Right.
So.
Right. If they wanted to have someone 6 months from now come in and say, oh, they have this health complication because they had Corona and move forward with that like a new character, I would be okay with that. But all of the characters that have been around forever, they don't need to deal with it.
No. We killed enough this year. Can we not do any more?
Right.
I love that Taggart came back. That was a very nice surprise that I did not see coming, even though I kept asking for it. I love how they're bringing the Laura that we know back. Mm-hmm. And that's awesome.
Right. You wanted Chase and Willow to get married
I
this
did.
year.
I wanted them to get engaged. And that did not happen.
No. And we didn't get a birthday party for...
No. Instead, because the last episode that we got was on May 21st, which is James's birthday. Instead, we found out that he's getting a little sister. Poor kid.
Donna didn't get a first birthday either, though.
Wasn't her birthday? It would have been over the summer. When was she born?
I thought
she was October
of the year.
I don't know.
Wasn't she right after Christmas, too? I could just be crazy.
Oh, she was born September 30th. So, yeah, she didn't get a first birthday.
Oh. See, I thought she was closer to Christmas, so I didn't know when it was. But she didn't get a first birthday.
Her name is Courtney. Oh, that was my favorite part. Was that Courtney came to bring Mike to the other side.
Yeah.
But that would have been awesome if they had Courtney at least peek in on little baby Donna Courtney.
Yep.
Okay.
So, yeah, no birthday parties. And again, I understand if they can't show us the kids having these parties, but there wouldn't be a balloon somewhere, a birthday card, something?
Right.
Come on.
Right. What do you wish for 2021?
No, that's the worst question ever, because I want everything for 2021. No, see, I hope that Michael and Willow stay together, which I know we're not going to agree on that one, because I just like them. I'm over Sasha.
I'm not even going to bring this up again. I've never said for Michael and Sasha to get back together.
But it's like that's how it goes. The four of them go together or the four of them don't. And I don't want him back with Sasha. So, no to all of that. I would like our storyline with Brad and his mob connections to happen. Because then he could get out of jail. And now that Britt is back, that would be some really funny interactions.
Oh, that would be great.
They could get an apartment together and we could see them every night just talking about all the people that they can't stand at GH and working together. And if they need stuff tampered with to prove that Cyrus is bad, who better than Brad to do it?
Exactly.
Cyrus is bad. They need Brad. There you go.
That's a bumper sticker for you.
So, yeah.
I want Chase and Willow to get back together. I want Sasha with Brando.
Okay.
And I want Michael to figure out his life.
I want the Nina stuff to stop, too.
Seriously, please, please,
I'm
stop.
So over it. I don't care which kid is hers.
I don't know what else I want. I feel like I don't know.
And I don't want Sam and Jason back together. I think I more don't want than one. There's just, the storylines are tired.
I want a good adventure with Laura.
It would be fun to see her and Jackie Templeton get into something together.
Yes.
And Robert come to save them, help them.
Yes.
That would be fun.
And I want them to figure out what the heck they're doing with Peter.
Right.
Either please just let him be happy,
Or don't. But it's one or the
Right.
other. I think
It has literally been a year because we had the same discussion. Yep. So it's been over a year.
Yep.
That we're like, can we just get this stuff with Peter?
Right. All they did this year was complicate it more because now we don't know who his mom is and he's having a baby.
Yes. And I don't want Chase to be Finn's son.
No.
Okay.
That's our list of don't wants. Yeah.
It's what we want to see and don't want to see in 2021. And I'm intrigued by the fact that they brought up Liz's family. And Liz did not. She was like, yeah, we don't really talk. So I'm wondering what's going to go on there.
They could bring her sister back. That would be fun. I know.
That would be thought that she was going to. That's why we did an entire 411 about Sarah.
Right, because she was supposed to come back for the wedding. And then
we thought she was coming back.
Yes. Well, in our minds, she was coming back. So...
And I want to see Ava and Nicholas's marriage grow and have them be the power couple that I think they can be.
Yeah. And Spencer to come back.
Yeah. And forgive.
Yeah.
Well, at least have them work on it. Because he and Ava got along.
Yes.
I understand why he doesn't like her right now. But
he's old enough now and mature enough now that he can see the other sides of it and they can work through it.
Yes.
And then they could bring Emma back for the summer and that would pull us into Lila's kids again.
Yes.
That would be fun.
And we need some teens because Cam, Joss, and Trina are all graduating this year.
Right.
So
that would be perfect to start with Emma and Spencer again.
Yes. Okay. There we go. Is that it?
There, we solved it all again.
So join us next year. No. Well, we hope that you enjoyed this recap of 2020. Probably missed something. Probably got something wrong. Got a lot right, though.
Right.
So join us on Monday as we do our recap of this week's episodes. And let's see what we got right already.
Have a good weekend.
And we'll meet you at the pier.
Bye.
Bye.
If you enjoyed today's show, we invite you to go to pier54podcast.com to subscribe on your favorite platform. Don't forget to leave us a review.
And you can also follow us on many social media channels. Just search for Pier 54 Podcast. Also, we are not perfect, so if there is something that we missed or messed up, just let us know by emailing us at pier54podcast@gmail.com.